Good morning. I think this is like the earliest coffee I've done in a while. I'm remembering why I started doing the morning coffees in the first place. It's because it was so early in the morning when I had to get up a couple of years ago. And I knew I had to get going. And one of the motivators for me to get up and get moving and get going was talking to people online. Giving myself 15 minutes to say hi. Slam down my coffee. And get going with my day. I haven't had to do that in a little while, so. Good morning, hi. I haven't even had my coffee yet. It's sitting right here in front of me. Take a look. Oh, right there. So the first sip is about to happen. Good morning. If you're here for the first sip, you're very welcome. Hi. Hey, yes. Oh my gosh. Hi. I'm so glad I caught you. I hope things are good over there in the UK. Now that the pandemic has calmed down quite a bit, I'd like to be able to go over to England or Europe or whatever and not only check it out, but visit people. Oh gosh. Okay. I need this first sip of coffee or I'm never going to get on with my life. Actually, Jess, I was thinking about you. Oh, thank you. I hope you're well too. I have been reading this book. It's really, really good. I'm not going to go get it because it's far away. It's in like the other room. But I'll message you later. There's a book I've been reading. It was really, really good. It's called Combating Cult Mind Control by Hassan. And it's excellent. And he kind of like walks you through the steps of the psychology of what a cult is, what it's like to be a cult member, and how to understand how someone gets sucked into one, how someone might be born into one, and understanding that the majority of people who are in destructive high control groups are intelligent, kind, hardworking people. And then he goes in a little bit about like the psychology of how to guard yourself against getting sucked into a manipulative group like that, and also how to help people that you love that might be in a situation like that too. So I was reading that last night. It was really good. Yes, like, I mean, I can't wait to send it to you because there were like chunks of paragraphs where I was like, yep, that's true. Yep, that happened to me too. Yep, I get it. It's crazy because he's just talking about social psychology in general, and he was like nailing it. Every like piece of it was just incredible. And he's in Massachusetts, so he's not far. He's a psychologist who himself was in a destructive high control group. He was in a cult when he was a teenager. And so after he got out, he went to finish college, and he made it his life's work to understand what happened to him and how to help other people not end up in the situation that he had ended up in. So very, very fascinating, very interesting, and I will send it your way. All right. I will like message you what the book cover looks like and everything. So yeah, that's just a little bit of light reading I did before bed. First sip, let's go. Yes, I know you've already had your coffee today because it's already morning in England. What kind of coffee did you have? Oh my goodness. This one is coconut. Oh yeah. Dunkin' Donuts, coconut. It's so good. All right, yes. I'm seeing a therapist now too. She's brilliant and feeling better for it. But yes, thank you. Sounds awesome. Good. I'm so glad that you're seeing a therapist. That is awesome. Yes. You know that. Oh, Nescafe Gold. Oh my gosh, that sounds delicious. Yeah, it sounds incredible. but that also sounds very British, like very, very English. Oh, you're on your second coffee already? Yay, I love second coffee. I think I'm like a hobbit in that way where I celebrate second coffee almost as much as first coffee because it's just so delicious. But yeah, good for you and seeing oh, worth the money. Oh, every time. Yeah, like if I ever have to like cut anything out of my budget, coffee and second coffee is not. Oh, are you talking about the therapist? Are you saying the second coffee is worth the money or the therapist? Because you know what? I'll be honest. Both are worth it. Second coffee and therapy. Yes, therapists are amazing if you find the right therapist. Oh my gosh, you can get some really amazing work done for yourself and on your. Oh, you meant the therapist. Yeah, it dawned on me partway through talking about second coffee that you're talking about the therapist. I'm sorry. Wow. Oh my gosh. It's a wonder I'm making it through college. I don't know. Well, everybody just got a glimpse into how my brain works. That's a little terrifying. Yeah. Yeah, I've worked on it in therapy as well, and it's incredible and so helpful because like the amount of like self-blame and self, criticism is next level. Can you remember they told us not to go to counselors? Oh yeah, I do. I remember them specifically saying we could never go to counselors, which was so counterintuitive to what I grew up with. Like I went to a counselor when I was a kid. My mom went to school for that specifically. She's a licensed clinical social worker, retired now, but that's what she did for a living. So I was actually so familiar with therapy. But yes, I knew I could never go. Like I knew I could never tell anybody I'd seen a therapist. But what was crazy is on top of that, I was dealing with, I had a child with special needs who he needed a therapist. I needed someone to help me understand my child with autism. So that was one of the first things that we did when we got out was to get to a therapist. And it was a slow process, but as a family, as we worked with the therapist for Jack, it was great because it helped to strengthen and empower us too. Yeah, they villainized therapists like they were gonna mess you up and all this stuff, but nope, that was the opposite of what happened. We were empowered and strengthened and realized we didn't have to we didn't have to rely on someone else for what we needed. It was like we learned how to become self-reliant emotionally, mentally, work through our own. I don't know. It was amazing. So yeah, yep. I'm so glad you're seeing a therapist. Oh, yum. But therapists, they're like any other kind of doctor too, because the first one that, for someone who's never been to therapy, or if you had to go to therapy because like your parents made you go when you were younger, or it's been part of a treatment plan, that can be really difficult because some people don't connect very well with it because it's not, you're not doing it because you want to be there, you're there because you have to be there. But they're like any other kind of healthcare professional. You got to find the right one that fits for you. And you'll know. And if you don't find the right one, tell the one that you're working with, like, yeah, this isn't working for me. And then, find one that does work for you. And a lot of times they'll do an intake. I don't know how it is in the UK, but I'm assuming that they would do like an intake interview where basically you would talk to each other before your first session or maybe at your very first session, and then you both figure out if you want to work together or not. And yes is saying it. Yeah, it's got to be right for you. It's true. It does. Because therapists are, they're people too, just like anybody else. So even though their profession is to be supportive and helpful of their clients, they're still human and they have their own biases and opinions too. And for the most part, they do a pretty good job of not letting those impact their treatments of helping people. but it's okay for, it's more than okay for the patient to be like, hey, I don't like that. I don't like you're the one who's getting service. Like you're the client. So your needs need to be met first and foremost in those sessions. And yes, Jess, you're right. You have to be ready to go to therapy. Like if you're not ready, don't do it. No, you can't. Therapy is just not one of those things that you can just like push yourself through or do for someone else because someone else asked you to do it. It is so deeply personal. The kind of work that's done is so deeply personal. Good morning. That it's got to be a choice that you've made for yourself, because if not, then you're just wasting your own time by showing up, and everybody else's. So, but I mean, I know that sounds awful, but it's like anything, right? You can't change your workout routine for anybody but yourself. You can't change your diet for anybody but yourself. Like anything that we choose to do that we're going to stick to, we've got to do it for yourself first. And then that's how you're going to stay on track. Oh my gosh. Woo! I forgot for a hot second that it's coconut and it's so good. It's like, that's a thing now, guys. Did you know that? I did not know that. Chef's kiss. Yeah, it's a big thing. Everybody's like, it's chef's kiss delicious. I'm like, okay, I didn't know we were like honing in on that one, but we are. Oh my goodness. Yep. This is really delicious. And we're starting to really rock and roll now, friends, because it's cooled off enough where I can keep drinking. So another reason that I do my morning coffees, not only is for like the connection and connecting with people and old friends, but keeping it to about 15 minutes helps me stay on track for my day. I'm supposed to go running this morning. I signed up for the Hartford Half Marathon. And oh, bye. Yes, have a good day at work. Have a great day. You are awesome. I will send you that information on that book, and keep doing you. Keep doing that hard work that you're doing on yourself in therapy. And I'm really proud of you. And I'm so glad that I got to talk to you this morning. Yay. Oh, I missed my morning coffees. I'm glad I'm doing them right now. Okay. Bye. Yes, you're an amazing person. The world's a better place because someone like you, well, you in particular, you're in it. So keep going. All right. So yes, I have signed up to do the Sunflower 6K, which is in 2 weeks, and that's in Griswold. Cool. But I also am officially registered to run the Hartford Half Marathon. Now, will I ever run a marathon? Never say never. But I don't know. Not this year. Not this year. Not ready. Oh my gosh, this is so good. Guys, come on. This is amazing. I haven't gotten that this early since school was in session. I know, I didn't mean that to be like a brag. I just, like, between school being over and being home for the kids and everything. Ugh. But, so, the poison ivy is real, and that has definitely kept me up a little bit here and there, and been itchy, but I'm working on it and trying not to itch and just using topical medication to deal with that situation. I will be posting an article on my social medias today to explain all of the things about poison ivy because at one point Abby got it on her leg and she's like, you gave me poison ivy, Mom. And yeah, for a split second I felt terrible. I was like, oh my gosh, I did. No, I didn't. You can't spread poison ivy. Like, if you came in contact with it, took a shower, and then went and hugged like your kid or whatever, you can't give poison ivy from your skin to your kid if you've showered and washed it off. So that was nice to be able to like, good morning, Kathy. Oh my gosh, how are you? Good morning. How are things? I saw that your plant is blooming like a crazy beautiful. I don't even remember the name of the plant, but it is blooming on your porch and it looks incredible. And I started having something to do with plants last October when people who love me bought plants for my birthday, and I've kept them all alive, so I'm very excited about that. But yeah, yay for you and your plants. Sometimes I don't know which ones to bring outside in the summer and which ones prefer to be inside, so we'll see. I'm doing okay so far. They're not dead yet. If I can make it a year without killing the plants in particular I got for my birthday, we're good. But back to the, yeah. So the poison ivy. Yeah, I sent Abby the article immediately because I was like, girl, I didn't give you that poison ivy. It was cross-contaminated on something we both touched, so. But yeah, if any of you are allergic to poison ivy, you know the pain. You know, it always starts out as like this little itchy spot, and you're like, oh, maybe a bug bite. And then it starts to swell a little, and you're like, pesky bug bite. And then when it starts to blister, you're like, no. Yeah, it takes a while. But anyway, so, and a lot of people think that poison ivy just spreads over your whole body. Like, I remember as a kid, I was told it gets in your bloodstream, and that's why it shows up in different spots of your body. And no, like, that is, nope. I didn't know this. The allergic reaction to the oil from the poison ivy, it's a very specific oil, can be anywhere from a half hour to 48 hours. So I could have rubbed up against poison ivy yesterday, washed it off in last night's shower, and I could have a reaction later tonight or tomorrow morning. Or it could start tonight or and then tomorrow morning another spot. So that's, I think, why people think it spreads, because you can have different locations that just react at different times. So you're like, oh no, it's spreading. No, it got you when it got you. And then you're on a timetable of a half hour to 45 or 48 hours of when your skin is going to have a histamine reaction, and that's gonna not be fun. Can you tell that I miss being in school? Miss learning. What other flavor coffees are you guys drinking this morning? I hate it because I kind of have to rush because I need to get on my running gear, and so bringing up being in the Hartford Half Marathon, I need to get back to training. I started training about 6 weeks ago because I wanted to have plenty of time to take it easy, and then I got sick when I was on vacation, so that knocked me about 3 weeks behind on my training. So I have a busy day ahead of me, and the only time I have is now to get the run done. And it's been so hot in the afternoons that I'm not running in the afternoons. So I've only been running in the mornings or the evenings. Lucy. How dare you? Ignoring me. Whatever, I don't care, it's fine. She can ignore me and it's whatever. Whatever. So, actually, I'm gonna say goodbye now because I need to get going. Get my gear on. I'm gonna try to do over 3 miles today. I did 3 miles a few days ago and it felt really, really good, but it was in the afternoon. It wasn't in the morning, and getting moving in the morning is like really difficult for me right now. So, but I'm working on my sleep hygiene. I'm working on making my sleep a priority the way it should be. And so there it is. Okay, I've got to go. I love you guys. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. Thank you for having coffee with me. I'm really glad I got to meet up with some of the people in the morning that I miss when I do my later coffees. Keep going. Don't forget to put your goals in perspective again. Sometimes we're so busy taking care of everybody else around us that we forget to put our own thoughts, wants, and needs in the spot that they should be in. For a long time, I was taught that my needs should be the very last needs. I believed that for a long time. And then I realized through just life experience and healing and therapy that that is the worst thing you can do. There's a fine line, not a fine line, there's a difference between being selfish and taking care of your needs. And the best illustration, and I know you've heard this before, but it's worth mentioning, is taking care of your needs, your wants, thoughts, and needs is like when you're on an airplane and when the oxygen masks drop down, put your own mask on first, because then you can help your child with their mask. You'll be in a spot where you can help other people put on their mask. But if you're not doing yours first, then you're not really going to be able to help other people. So, not the best analogy, but it's one. All right, I love you guys. I have to go. Have a good day. I'll see you for another morning coffee. Take care, and remember, continue to try to be, oh no, excuse me. I was just gonna say, continue to try to be your authentic self as I burp into the live stream. Okay, I love you guys. I've gotta go. Take care. Bye.